We will get started. गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान् शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्यवतु ॐ गणेशाय नमः ॐ सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः ॐ शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये वागीशाद्याः सुमनसः सर्वार्थानामुपक्रमे यं नत्वा कृतकृत्याः स्युः तं नमामि गजाननं वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ शन्नो मित्रशं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तं वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सद्गुरुं तं नमामि नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्य केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवत् व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं यस्य सन्निधिमात्रेण सर्वे शिष्याश्च सेवकाः कर्मक्षेत्रे प्रवर्तन्ते चिन्मयं तं नमाम्यहम्। Chinmayam tam namamyaham. We have covered up to 10 shlokas in Bhaja Govindam. Let us chant all of them. The main thing I would like to repeat is repetition is the key to retention. So we keep repeating these shlokas so that as we chant, the meaning of that should register in your mind. That is the idea. Okay. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Rakshati Dhukrung Karane. Mudha Jahihi Danagama Trushnam Kuru Sadbuddhim Manasi Vitrushnam Yallabhase Nija Karmopatam Vittam Tena Vinodaya Chittam Nari Stanabhara Nabhidesham Društva Maga Mohavesham Etan mam savasadi vikaram manasi vichintaya varam varam nalini dalagata jalamati taralam tadvajjivitamati chapalam viddhivyadhyabhimanagrastam lokam shokahatancha samastam yavad parjana saktah tavannija parivaro raktah paschat jivati jarjara dehe vartam kopina pruchhati gehe यावत् पवनो निवसति देहे तावत् पृच्छति कुशलं गेहे गतवति वायौ देहापाये भार्या बिभ्यति तस्मिन् काये बालस्तावत् क्रीडासक्तः तरुणस्तावत् तरुणीसक्तः वृद्धस्तावत् चिन्तासक्तः परमे ब्रह्मणि कोऽपि न सक्तः काते कान्ता कस्ते पुत्रः संसारोऽयमतीव विचित्रः कस्य त्वं वा कुत आयातः तत्त्वं चिन्तय तदिह भ्रातः सत्संगत्वे Nisangatvam Nisangatve Nirmohatvam Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam Nischalatatve Jivan Muktihi. Vayasi gate kah kama vikarah शुष्के नीरे कह का सारः क्षीणे वित्ते कह परिवारः ज्ञाते तत्वे कह samsarah. This is what we covered in our last session. Here, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji logically is deducing the sadhaka's understanding that where the cause has ended, the effects cannot continue. He explained that with 3 examples in the verse. First one was Vayasi gate kah kama vikarah. When a person is young, when a person is immature, there is passion, there is lust. Although the literal meaning, when the person is old, vayasi gate. But where are these byproducts of kama? Where are these desires? Now, in the second example, he gives shushke nire kah kasaraha. When the waters are dried up, the lake no longer exists. No water, no lake. And in the third example, kshine vitte kah parivaraha. When the wealth is gone, when the wealth is reduced, where are the relations? Parivaraha kaha. Where are the dependents? So we understood the Vedantic principle here in this shloka in the last class. What is the principle? Karana nashe karya nashaha. When the cause is absent, the effect is also gone. No cause, no effect. So therefore, jnate tatve kah samsaraha. When the ignorance is gone, when the knowledge has come, when the ignorance is gone, when my limited identity is gone, and in the classic example of the snake and the rope, when the misapprehension of the snake is gone, we see only the rope. The fear is gone. The avidya, kama, karma, that anartha parampara is gone. Through his sadhana, sadhaka has realized ego is not his amigo. He has let it go at this stage. Then we saw the quote from Mundaka Upanishad, Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. We also saw the quote from Shvetashvatara Upanishad, Nanyah Panta Vidyate Ayanaya. In this verse, and going on to the next one, which we covered in the last class, Ma kuru dhana jana yavana garvam harati nimeshat kalah sarvam mayamayamidam akhilam hitva brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. Ma kuru garvam. Do not have false pride, garva. With what? Dhana, jana, yavana. Your possessions, people around you, yavana, youthfulness. Because kalaha, time, Sarvam nimishat harati. Nimeshat harati. In a moment, it takes away everything. So what Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is warned in the shloka, he is cautioning that wealth is not constant. Our relationship changes. Youth cannot last long. Social status, power, all these are momentary, kshanika. So do not have pride in them. Having understood this, buddhva mayamayam akilam, that this illusion created by Miss Maya and company, it is all illusory. It is nothing but a projection. Brahmapadam pravisham viditva. Having understood the temporary nature, having seen the world with dosha drushti, having understood the defects of the world, with that pratipaksha bhavana, buddhva, having known Brahmapadam pravisha viditva, you realize that state of Brahman and enter. This was Nitya Anitya Viveka. Now you know these terms. Those who have attended the last year session, they know. Once we know the unreal nature of the world, Anityatva, Ashashvatam, what we should do? We should give up Makuru, the false pride in Dhana, Jana, and Yavana. Lot of these fall under this three broad categories. Seek that Brahmapadam, that which is permanent, that which is beyond time, that which is not affected by time, cannot be destroyed by time and causation. That is what Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji gave. Now, with that recap, we will move to today's verse. We also saw for the previous verse, there were many references of Atma Lakshana that I gave. Out of that, the second chapter, Bhagavad Gita, we quoted a direct quote from Kathopanishad. Najayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranah nahanyate hanyamane sharire. That is where we had stopped last week, right? And now, with this week, let us start with the shloka. You please repeat on mute alongside with me. Dinayaminyau sayam pratah. Dinayaminyau sayam pratah. Shishiravasantau punarayatah. Shishiravasantau punarayatah. Dinayaminyau sayam pratah. Shishiravasantau punarayatah. Kala kridati gacchatyasya gacchatyayuhu. Kala kridati gacchatyayuhu. Tadapi na munchatyashavayuhu. Tadapi na munchatyashavayuhu. Together. Dinayaminyau sayam pratah Shishiravasantau punarayatah. Kala kridati gacchatyayuhu. Tadapi na munchatyashavayuhu. So far, we have understood that everything can be lost in time. The nature of Jagat or the world, Maya Mayamidam. What have we understood? That all the defects associated with it. We have understood how this world is a projection. But no projection is possible without a substratum. Like without a screen, movie is not possible. If the magic is happening, there has to be a magician. Recognizing why this appearance is happening and the reality behind it is the key. Now we all have an inherent feeling that one day the desires for the world of objects will go away on its own. Right now, I am young. Desires are okay to have. And one day down the road, all these will die down. What Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is saying in this shloka is that it ain't going to happen. Only when Viveka comes and Moha, delusion is gone, then only the desires will go. See, let's analyze that a little bit. If at the end of every life, Vairagya were to come on its own, dispassion, disassociation were to come, in the next life, we would not have started with Balastavat Krida Saktah. That logic has not worked. If it had worked, all of us would be Vivekananda at the end of each life. And we all know that we have ended up with neither Viveka nor Ananda. So, Dinayaminyau Punarayatah. Dinayaminyau Punarayatah. The day and the night, Dina and Yamini. The day decays into night and the night blossoms into next day. Sayam Pratah Punarayatah. That's how we should read that. Dawn and dusk. The dawn grows into the heat of the noon and mellows down into dusk. Shishira Vasantau. Seasons. Here we have only 3 seasons in Arizona. Hot, hotter, hottest. In Midwest, we know we have 4 seasons. spring, summer, fall, and winter. We might artificially change the time, fall back in spring, spring forward, etc. But we know that the body clock is ticking at its own pace. According to our Hindu calendar, we have 6 seasons. You might have learned this during your childhood. Just a recap. Shishira Vasantau Punarayataha. The second line. Shishira Vasanta. We have Hemanta Rutu. Cool weather now around November, December. Shishira. Cold weather during January, February. Vasanta. The spring comes March, April. Grishma, summer during May, June. Varsha Rutu, rainy season during July and August. And then Sharad Rutau, just before Diwali, September, October. So Shashira Vasantau Punarayataha, meaning seasons come and go. So in this shloka, that punarayataha, we have to apply it to all of it. Dinayaminyau punarayataha. Sayam prataha punarayataha. Shishira vasantau punarayataha. It is called Madhya Deepika Nyaya, meaning, or Dihli Deepika Nyaya. See, what used to happen in the olden days, they used to keep a lamp. They used to keep a lamp after dark. They would keep this lamp on a wall so that it would illumine inside the house and outside of the house. If one were to ask, where is this lamp? It is inside and outside. In Kannada, we say, Addugode mele deepa ittange. This is Madhya Deepika Nyaya. So that Punarayataha, next line, Kala Kridati Gachatyayuhu. So what's happening? Days and nights are alternating. Dawn to dusk, seasons are changing, years after years rolling. Kala Chakra, it is called. The wheel of time is revolving. Kridati, sporting. Life is getting shorter and shorter. Life is at time's mercy, as though. So, 2 appropriate quotes from Kathopanishad for reference. The first one, our spiritual seeker Nachiketa tells his father, Vajashravas, Anupashyayata purve pratipashyastata pare sasyamiva martya pachyate sasyamiva jayate punaha. 116, Kathopanishad. It's given as a reference by Pujya Gurudev in a footnote. He says that things that are born must die, perish away, to be reborn again. How? Sasyamiva martyaha, like that corn. Nothing is permanent. Later in the same Upanishad, When he encounters Lord of Death, Yamacharya, he lures him to give up his pursuit with 3 boons, and he rejects them all, and says, Shobhava martyasya yadanta kaitat sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejah api sarvam jivitamalpameva tavaivavaha tavanrutya gite. A very famous quote. A lot of people say, hey Yamacharya, even the life you're trying to give me, the longest life you can give me is trivial, trifle. You keep your dance. Tavaiva vaha tavan nritya gite. You keep your dance and music to yourself. How powerful. Kalaha kridati gacchati ayuhu. Life is ebbing away. It's at time's mercy. But asha vayuhu na muhyati. The winds of desire, asha vayu, does not leave us. False hopes does not fade away with passing of time. Let us do one simple exercise after this class. You sit in solitude and reflect on our own lives. We should do that. Asha Vayuhu. How have we progressed in life? Has the fundamentals of life sunk into us? Have I become a good student of the universe? I was in high school, then I was in college, then I thought all my problems would go away. Then I got a decent job, then I got this, I got that, I got a family, taking care of all that. At the end of all this exercise, when you reflect back on our own lives, at the end of it, we'll realize day and night has come and gone. Seasons have come and gone. But I continue to seek solutions to my life's problems outside. Think. All of the solutions that I have sought are outside. Puranic stories have also told me that even if I become Indra, the god of gods, the problems of security does not go. Indra is the most insecure fellow in the whole universe. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji here, what is he advising? To give up desires which are impermanent. Seek Govinda, the reality behind, that substratum behind all these changes. A similar declaration is made in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bunjitaha magrudha kasya siddhanam. The seeker knows that everything that we see in this world is covered by Isha, that Brahman, that creator. He says at the end of it, Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukam tatvam pushanna pavrunu satya dharmaya drushtaye. the brilliant face of that reality as though is covered by that golden disk. He says, just move it so that I can see you. That reality alone, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is saying, is Nitya. That is permanent. In this verse, that alone is real. This is Nitya Anitya Viveka that we need to apply in our lives. Now let us say some of us are ready to follow this spiritual path. We make this the priority in our life. I start to pursue the satsang. But there is an inherent fear in the mind of the sadhaka like us. If I follow this path, who will take care of me? So in the next verse, this is for all of us grihasthas, hesitating to enter into vanaprastha. Let us chant that shloka. Kate kanta dhanagata chinta. Kate kanta dhanagata chinta. Vatula kim tava nasti niyanta. Vatula kim tava nasti niyanta. Kate kanta dhanagata chinta. Vatula kim tava nasti niyanta. Trijagati sajjana sangati reka. Trijagati sajjana sangati reka. Bhavati bhavarnava tarane nauka. Bhavati bhavarnava tarane nauka. Kate kanta. Together you can say. Kate kanta dhanagata chinta. Vatula kim tava nasti niyanta. Trijagati sajjana sangati reka. Bhavati bhavarnava tarane nauka. Now in this shloka, Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji is giving us another reinforcement on what? Nitya Anitya Viveka. Again, Kate Kanta Dhanagata Chinta. What are you worried about? Wife and wealth. Kanta Dhana. Because we are always worried about pleasure and wealth. Sukham. But we know Sukham of Brahman. We chant that shloka in the beginning. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam. It is ultimate, Vedanta says. But all of us are thinking what? Vishaya Sukham. I'm happy with what I've got right now. A bird in hand is better than two in the bush. Vedanta promises me Nitya Sukham, permanent happiness, but I don't know. I'm happy with this momentary Sukham. For that thinking, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is saying, Hey Vatula. Second line, Vatula. Hey crazy one. Don't think like that. And Bhashya says, Moodha Shiromani. Crown jewel of fools. Think. Hey distracted one. Kate Kanta Dhanagata Chinta. Why don't you have that faith in that Bhagavan? This is interesting. This is called Ashraya Buddhi. Shifting our Ashraya Buddhi. Support system is a very shallow word, but I'm going to use it. Ashraya Buddhi to Bhagavan. Instead of all our other external dependencies that we have, what is Bhagavan's promise in Bhagavad Gita 9-22? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate esham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Here, the Lord is promising what? That if we dedicate our lives to Him, God will take care of all our need. Not greed, need. He says that He takes care of yoga. All that we need, that we do not have, He takes care of that. And kshema, to protect what we already have. See the beauty of yoga and kshema. One time, a devotee asked our Pujya Gurudev, we hear that God provided food for great saints when they went into deep penance in these deep forests. If I go to forest, will God give me food? He asked Pujya Gurudev. Pujya Gurudev immediately replied, no. Because you're going there for food, not for God. So if we take a look at our own lives, we are always spending time on what? Worrying about what we do not have. Yoga, and maintaining and protecting what we have. Kshema. If we analyze, it is not the work that tires us. The loads of worry that we carry with us. There are two words in Sanskrit. One is chita, a pyre of wood that is used to burn the body after death. What is the word? Chita, the pyre of wood that is used to burn the body after death. But chinta, that burns us alive. So one who knows the Lord, that He provides, does not worry, enjoys his or her life in contentment. So let's go back to the verse. Fourth line, Bhavarnava Tarane. Bhavarnava, Arnava. That ocean of Bhava, that ocean of becoming, Bhava, becoming. I want to become that. I want to become this. I want to get there. I want to be here. That is called the ocean of samsara. I thought that it had some Sara, S-O-M-E, some, English, Sara. But down the road, I have realized that it is Asara, no essence whatsoever. How? Kadali Garbhavat, Shankaracharya ji says. Kadali Garbha, the stem of plantain. If you start peeling it, what happens? At the end, there is nothing. I actually like the peeling of the onion example better, because as you start to peel the onion, what does it give you? It gives you tears, dukkham. So cross that ocean of samsara. See, when we are in the middle of that ocean, imagine, it feels as though it is shoreless. Water, water everywhere. And this sukha and dukkha are these waves, they keep coming and going, keep coming and going. Sukha, we think it is sukha, then immediately it follows, dukkham. They keep on coming. That is why Bhagavan is saying, shift that ashraya buddhi to Bhagavan. Have that unconditional surrender. Because whatever we need, he says, has been provided. And what is not provided, we do not need. See the beautiful statement there. How sajjana sangati eka nauka bhavati. Sajjana sangati nauka bhavati. I am going to read a little bit as described in the Bhashya by Swayam Prakasha Muni. You can actually understand the whole thing. It is so simple. Trijagati sajjananam sangati bhava evarnava bhavarnava samudraha tat tarane eka mukhya nauka bhavati. How? Bhakti gnana vairagyadi punah punaha smarayanti bodhayanti cha mahantaha. See this association with good people, noble people. We have already discussed this elaborately. Sajjana Sangha, Sat Purusha Sangha, Sat Kala, Sat Desha. When did we discuss that? Sat Sangatve, Nisangatvam, Nisangatve, Nirmohatvam. Shloka number 9. I would like you to revisit this along with this, coupled with that, when you study. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji is saying, with that healthy contact with Sajjana Sangha, we develop noble attitudes in life. With a good physical control, discipline, Dhamma, and a good balance of mental attitude, Shama, that starts to deliver that inner joy, Santosha. With that equipoise, with that equilibrium, when we do the study of the self, Swadhyaya, and reflect, contemplate with Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji, that is why he is saying, he uses the idea that Sajjana Sangati as Bhavarnava Nauka, that boat to salvation. You might think, why just a boat? Just a boat. It can be our cruise ship. To land safely with a comfortable journey across that ocean of samsara. This Sajjana Sangati, what it does, it absorbs all the direct shocks coming out of this ocean from all directions and provides a safe passage. See, this is the concluding verse of what is called as the Dvadasha Manjarika Stotram. A bouquet of 12 flowers. In some editions, it concludes with this following shloka. There will not be in many texts. It is a footnote in our commentary by Pujya Gurudev. Dvadasha Manjarika Bhirasheshah Katito Vaya Karanasyaishah Upadesho Budvidya Nipunai Srimad Shankara Bhagavat Charanai Srimad Shankara Bhagavat Charanai. So this is the concluding verse of the 12 original shlokas believed to be composed by Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji. The next 14 through 27 verses of Bhaja Govindam, called Chaturdasha Manjarika Stotra, is composed by all his disciples, his shishyas. See, don't imagine they sat down, when we say composition, they sat down and composed. On that day, whoever was accompanied, remember our first class, the story where it began in Kashi as they were walking down. That's how they all composed. How nice. So the next shloka is a composition, or the shloka is a caution to or scolding to sannyasis. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji has not left anyone, all the 4 ashramas, because he is like Karuna Sindhu, Krupa Sindhu. He gives advice. We will chant today, but we will discuss the meaning in detail in the next class. Jatilo mundi lunchita keshah, Jatilo mundi lunchita keshah, Kashayambara bahukruta veshah, Kashayambara bahukruta veshah, Pashyannapi chana pashyati mudah, Udaranimittam bahukruta veshah, Udaranimittam bahukruta veshah. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, nahi nahi rakshati dhukrung karane, nahi nahi rakshati dhukrung karane. We will stop here. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrutyorma amrutam gamaya. Om shanti shanti shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all see auspiciousness. May none suffer. Om, peace, peace, peace. With that, I'll open it up for Q&A. Thank you. Hari Om.